Hey everyone, if you're new around here, my name is Hannah Martin and I'm a dancer with the Birmingham Royal Ballet. So what protein powder do you think I should use? Because I've tried a few and I'm not sure which one's best. If you've been travelling with me for any length of time, you'll know that I've had my fair share of injuries, peaks and troughs, highs and lows. The journey has looked rocky and close to impossible at times, and no matter how much I've tried to really push hard, but also maintain balance, I've ended up in a close state to burnout. Last season, a season which at the start I told myself would be a different story, ended up being the hardest ending of them all. I had somehow allowed my ambition to run away with me again, and exhaustion had certainly caught up with me. To be really transparent, in all my years of gymnastics and dance, I've rarely put my health first. It's always been the next goal, the next dream, the next ambition. I didn't give time to think about the toll it was taking on my body, because if you thought too long, the aching calves and screaming toes might convince you not to try at all. Now, I'm not saying that this career doesn't come with painful aspects which are necessary for building good muscle function. For you fitness fanatics, it's like those moments on the treadmill where you just keep pushing that little bit harder, even when your body is yelling at you to stop. Or for you stay-at-home mums, when you've finished all the cleaning and the cooking, but you know you just need to get the laundry in and out the dryer no matter how heavy your eyelids feel. For those cramming students, knowing the deadline is looming, and no matter how intense the need to sleep is, your grade is more important. But living in a constant state where the next thing is always the most important, and the idea that you can sleep when you're dead, was starting to take a heavier toll than I would have liked to admit. Resilience is a non-negotiable in ballet. Overcoming fatigue is also, but getting to the point where your body and mind cannot relax because you continue ignoring the signs that it needs to rest should not be normalized. There are times where you have to push through. You have a goal, dream, ambition. Nothing extraordinary comes from complacency. But in that same breath, I seriously began to wonder what it would look like if my health and ambition could be cradled in a healthy balance, rather than one having such an advantage over the other. So here I am, preparing for a new season at the Birmingham Royal Ballet, determined to make decisions that support me, not only as a dancer, but as a human. I don't exactly know what this looks like, what shape this will take, but I know something has to change. Einstein once said that insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So here I am, attempting to develop new pathways of thinking, doing, breathing and being, and I hope you'll come on this journey of self-discovery with me. Hey guys, if you're new to the channel, welcome back. My name is Hannah Martin. Wait, I did this all the wrong way around. Hey there, if you're new around here, my name is Hannah Martin, and today I'm just vlogging a couple of days. I'm back in Birmingham now, getting ready for the new season. It is Friday today, we start back on Monday, and I'm just trying to get myself kind of back in form, back ready, more mentally than physically, to be honest, to get ready for kind of the rigorous schedule that we're going to have, because it's Swan Lake coming up next season. If you haven't caught up on the rest of the vlogs, I did a bit of a casting reveal a few vlogs ago, so do catch up on that. But this vlog, I want to talk specifically about some changes I'm going to be making in terms of my lifestyle, my approach to this season, how it's going to be different from all the seasons I've had before. If you guys haven't kept up with the journey thus far, you guys would have known that I struggled quite a lot at the end of last season with, I would say, what you could describe as a bit of burnout. I definitely felt like that over the summer break. I'd just been in the Lake District on holiday, beautiful, but I slept, I want to say, 12 to 15 hours a day. I was so unbelievably exhausted, and I guess it was a bit of a wake-up call of okay, I need to do things differently so I don't end up in this situation again. Let me sit down so I can talk you through this a bit further. Conveniently, there's a lovely little chair here. Oh, hello. Need to frame you. There we go. So I've been a ballet dancer, professional ballet dancer now for, this will be my 6th year. I've always found myself in kind of this burnout cycle. I'm good, I'm going good and strong, I'm motivated for a bit, and then I burn out. And so this year I thought, what if I focused not on constantly trying to improve, constantly trying to cram more into my schedule, do more, but focus on quality over quantity. And also, what does it look like if a ballet dancer focuses on their health, and how does that affect performance? And so this year I'm committed to focusing on improving my physical and mental health, because that has definitely not been a priority for me in the past, priority has been just succeeding, getting back from injuries, getting back from mental ruts. It hasn't ever been like a full focus on physical and mental health. It's been more, how can I get back quick enough to achieve my next goal or my next career step? And so this season I'm really want to know what it looks like if I put my health first and put both my mental and physical health first. So there's a few ways I'm going to be doing this, and I'm going to see. I need to fully commit. This is not like I'm going to try. I want to fully commit to this process, and it's not going to look easy because it's going to be challenging some of the beliefs and some of the lifestyle habits I've created over a long period of time. First things first is that at the end of last season, my sleep super suffered. Over the 5 years I've been a professional ballet dancer, I've always complained about my sleep, and I just feel like I really need to address this because at the end of the last season it got to an extent that wasn't healthy for me. So I'm going to be prioritizing my sleep, prioritizing my wind downs. That might mean not going out and being as social as I was last year, which was creating a social life for myself last year was a big goal and was a big opportunity, but this year my priority is to make sure I'm getting enough wind down before sleep. That might mean a bit less productive on my business on my channel while I prioritize that. Secondly, making sure that my nutrition and diet is spot on. I feel like so much of the time I'm guessing. I know a lot about nutrition, but how to apply that to my lifestyle has been a tricky thing that I've been having to balance. I've talked about body image and stuff like this on this channel before, and that has always been a concern when it comes to nutrition. So I've actually taken the first big step, and I actually this morning had a meeting with a dietitian. I'm fully committing to whatever that looks like. It's super scary. It's a scary step for me, but I think if I'm fully committing to this approach, it was very necessary for me to go down that road and get professional help. And so that is something else I'm implementing this season. Another thing I'm implementing is taking breaks when I need to, instead of just pushing through severe fatigue. Now, that doesn't mean not doing my job, doesn't mean not showing up to rehearsals, but just being better at listening to my body's signals, when I need to take it easier, when I need to take the foot off the pedal a little bit, being better at realizing that sooner and putting in measures for myself of like, okay, maybe on this particular day we just need to do a bar and that's enough for my body. Sensing when that kind of fatigue is coming on rather than trying to react to it when it's already happened is something I'm going to be doing. Saying no. No is a powerful word, and I have not known this word before. I used to say yes to absolutely everything, every opportunity that came my way, because it's really important, especially early on in your career, that you are a yes person. You are taking on those opportunities. You are doing everything you can to improve. But what I started realizing is I was saying yes to so many opportunities that I felt so overwhelmed and felt like I couldn't do anything well. And so I think my now main aim is to be selective with my yeses and be also very clear with my no's and be very intentional with my no's. And that's not to say that the things I say no to aren't important or aren't valuable, just knowing my capacity and knowing how much I can do in a certain period of time and not trying to do the impossible, which is what I felt like I've had to do up to this moment. So those are some things that I'm putting in place to try and ensure that this season I stay healthy, happy, and just a well-rounded human being. I'm taking care of Hannah the person, not just Hannah the dancer. And so I really hope that you'll come on this journey with me. It's going to look a little bit different maybe to some of the other years. And also, like, you guys can hold me a bit accountable because I'm so easily falling into those same patterns. That is the idea behind what I'm going to do this year. It's going to be a little bit different. Hope you're going to grab some popcorn and come along for the journey. It does scare me, but things that scare you make you stronger, and if it doesn't scare you, it's not challenging you. So I'm excited to see what this year looks like, and let's do it. Right, I just did a session to get myself back, and now I need to go home. Talking about taking care of myself, it's almost 2:00 and I need some lunch, so let's go get some lunch. Life got so busy and I was so brain muddled by the end that I realised I stopped doing some of the things that made me, well, me. I stopped stretching because I was convinced that my overextended lines were ugly and I thought potentially stiffening up would be better for my career. But then I realised something. I love having the ability to create weird and wonderful shapes. It's part of my identity and USP as a dancer. I shouldn't be running away from it, I should be running towards it. Since putting Full Body Flex, my 4-week flexibility program, link in description if you're interested, back into my routine again this summer, has helped me have those few quiet moments to focus and settle myself before a long strenuous day. So one of the few things I'm implementing is introducing full body flex back into my morning routine. For a while, this got a little bit replaced with, I was doing like a lot of reformer Pilates and stuff to warm up, but I do find my full body flex routine is actually like, it's quite therapeutic. It's not just for my body, but also for my mind. So now I've been starting to do that over the summer, because obviously I haven't had access to a reformer, so I probably will do a bit of a mix of both. But reintroducing full body flex as like a, not just a physical practice, but also a mental preparation for the day is something I want to do. If you guys are interested in what that looks like, I know for me it has been like transformative. Make sure to click the link in the description. You can also access full body flex and exactly the routines that you saw me just doing here if you want to. So I know that for others it's also been super helpful to provide consistency, and also just like a nice routine to kind of get you started in the day, whether you're a dancer or not. If you're interested, click the link down below. Anyhow, I need to get on with my session. I have to say, oh my days, my hair is everywhere because I washed it last night. When you wash your hair, right, it does not go in a bun, it does this. I don't know if that happens to you. I feel like I already kind of failed my mission. I did not sleep well last night, and I have to say, I feel like these changes are going to make, I realised yesterday, I was like looking at my meal plan from the dietitian, I'm like, these changes are not going to be easy or comfortable. So I think that is something I'm going to be needing to work on a lot. Change is never comfortable, so let's head it straight on. Another thing I will be implementing now when I'm filming myself and watching myself back to improve, which I highly recommend doing. I talk a lot about that on my Make It Happen Academy in the Mindset course, which you can also buy separately if you just want to access the Mindset course. It's really good giving yourself your own feedback. You can be your own best teacher, but also you can be your own worst critic as well. And I found that, especially when I got tired, biggest thing would be to film myself and beat myself up for not being good enough. And something I want to do this year is every time I watch something back, especially if I am pulling it apart and critiquing it and looking for ways to get better, is also to pick out one thing that I think is, I look for all the things of like, why am I failing? Why am I not good enough? Instead of asking those questions, I also need to ask the question, what am I doing well here? What was the wording I had for this? I had a specific word for this. Reasons why I should succeed. Not just reasons why, oh, that's the reason you're failing. That's the reason why you're not progressing the way you want. No. I can sometimes do that when I watch myself back on video, and I feel like this is a common problem, is actually when I watch the video to say, what can I see there for a reason to succeed? Like, oh wow, I did that really well. That's a reason for me to be progressing and be succeeding in my career and in my life. So just approaching it with also a positive, not just looking for the reasons why you're failing, but also the reasons why you should succeed, why you should be moving forwards. Sometimes that's really hard to do on days where you're tired, but I'm determined to continue asking this question of myself every time I'm critiquing and pushing myself forwards. So I don't know if I explained that very well, but that is something I'm implementing in this time as well. I've decided to not always ignore impulses of wanting to do things that bring joy, like going for a walk and listening to music, even if I have a little content to get done or could have done another workout. Not everything has to be productive, and I've decided not to be scared of being bored. In fact, a goal I had this weekend was to get to the point of being bored, because so often my mind is so busy and running a million miles an hour I couldn't even imagine getting bored. If there is never any space in your mind, it's very hard for any new thoughts or new information to have the room to congregate. And with Swan Lake coming up, boy, it's going to be more important than ever to be able to dedicate the 3-hour ballet back into my muscle memory. Taking time to do nothing and just think. Let all the swirling thoughts that can feel overwhelming come to an eventual standstill. At first I was scared of allowing this to happen, the big cloud of jumbled ideas feeling too much and wanting to distract myself from it. But from a little practice, I found that if I just sit in that jumbled mess for a couple of hours, our brains are extraordinarily good at organising it all. We just need to give it time and space to do its job. I felt like over the summer I did a lot of thinking. I didn't want to watch, read, or even listen. Just think. In today's day and age, when scrolling is the easy escape, I've decided it's time to stop escaping from thoughts and feelings I need to listen and pay attention to. You can't tell what you need if you never take a moment to listen to yourself, let alone to hear what God is saying on the subject. Every voice in my life seemed to have got muddled into a crowd of unrecognisable pitches, like an uncoordinated choir. Everything had to be done with haste because there was no time or energy, no room for creativity, no time to celebrate achievement, no time to sleep or recover. I took no pride in my work, in my videos, because everything had to be done by a deadline. It was never good enough, but there was no time to fix it. And in the end, no willpower. All this to say, this is a season of my life. Perhaps it's just a chapter, and maybe I'm alone in this, or maybe there are others out there caught on this merry-go-round we seem to call life. Even taking the time to type out and record these thoughts is a beautiful way to document some progress. Not deciding to rush a voiceover and run off to the next thing, but honestly and clearly communicate. Change is on the horizon, and here is to whatever that looks like. Confidence coming back. Whew. I had hair day on my days. Wow, that never gets easier. Stillness, here we come. Benito. Thanks for tuning in for a little couple days of train with me vlog. If you like this style of vlog, it's something a little bit different, then do let me know. This is going to be a journey, this is going to be a process. I'm excited to take you with me this season. I'm not 100% sure how to document it, so we're going to just see how it goes. I'll try and be as open, honest and transparent with you guys as possible. Already it's proving a challenge. Definitely it's going to be more of a mental challenge than a physical one, because physically I'm always used to pushing through, but mentally this is about striking a balance between pushing through and also being kind and giving and extending grace to yourself, which is not a balance that I've been able to strike that easily. Here's to new adventures, new ways of approaching life, and most of all to learning how to be your own best friend. And sometimes being your own best friend means getting up and doing the workout and having the discipline. It's not just about like letting yourself off the hook all the time, but also being like, okay, you're not up to this, and that's okay as well. If that is a journey you personally want to go on towards achieving your dreams and your goals, I do recommend checking out the Make It Happen Academy. It's my online academy that I have created with all the mindset. I had a nutrition course by the amazing Nicole Sabella, which has taught me so much and probably highlighted areas for me where I'm like, okay, this is where I need to address. This is the help I need to get on board. Really, really valuable course. We have injury mentoring on there, because if you're going to try and become a professional dancer, injuries will happen. It's kind of inevitable, and those give you the mental building blocks to approaching an injury well and recovering faster and better. I feel like we have so much physio and physical help with injuries, but there's not a lot of mental help. So we have that in the Make It Happen Academy as well that you can access. We've got flexibility and strength, and there's something else in the works that will be added in the next year or so. So if you join now, you'll get access to anything additional that I'm going to add. So definitely a good time to join. If you guys do join in this month, I am doing a 30-minute onboarding coaching call where we'll talk through exactly how to get from where you are now to where you want to be. It's kind of a similar process I'm doing with myself, reevaluating, looking at my life, looking at ways I want to improve, areas of my life that I want to improve. And we can do a similar process with you and break it right down. And in my life, this has been really beneficial. And to have someone external do that with you is next level helpful, especially maybe someone who's had experience in the field that you want to go into. So if that sounds like something you want to jump right into, make sure to click the link in the description. Or if you have inquiries whether you think it's going to be the right fit for you, I don't want you to make the investment and not feel like it's beneficial, because that's not good for either of us, right? So pop me an email and I can let you know if maybe it's just one course that you need, or maybe it's the whole online supportive academy that would be more beneficial for you. So we can talk through that on email. Just email me at HannahMartinRG@gmail.com. But until then, guys, I will see you very soon in my next video. Make sure to dream big and make it happen. Let's start this 2026/2027 season off on a good foot. See ya.